We'll continue with the chapter. The wind rushed against his breast, feathers, then under the stomach, and then under the stomach, and against the wings. He could feel the tip of the wing cutting through the air. Now, what happened? Those are the natural instincts that as the all the birds learn to fly. So, when it started falling from a very great height, it was afraid. It was feeling that it was going to die. So, as a natural instinct of the bird, it opened its wing, and then under the stomach, so the air started flowing, and just like the natural phenomena of the bird flying, the same thing happened to it also. The wing, he could feel the tip of the wing cutting through the air, and now he opened its wing, and the wing was cutting the air, and he could feel that wind on the finger on his wings. He was not falling headlong now. Now it was not falling. He was actually soaring. Soaring means flying gradually downwards and upwards. So now actually the bird was flying upward and downward. Now it was not falling. Until now it thought that it was falling, but now it had opened its wings and now it was flying. He was no longer afraid, and that was his first flight. And now he did not feel afraid. We feel afraid of only the thing up till we have not tried it. When we learn the bicycle for the first time, or the moped, or anything else, we feel afraid it for the first time. But when once we have learned, it becomes a natural thing for us. It becomes a routine. So we don't feel afraid about it. He was no longer afraid. He felt just a bit dizzy. Dizzy, you understand? With feeling uncomfortable because of spinning around, going round and round in the open sky. So then he flapped his wings once and he soared up. Ga 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 ka ah. And now he started even flapping. Until now he was gliding on his wings, means not flapping, just gliding. And now he started even flapping, means moving upward and downward, the motion of the wings. And now it was even flying upwards, downwards, everywhere, and started shouting ga ga ga. And he was now means he was very happy. His mother swooped, means fly past him, very fast, swooped, fly past him, his wings making a loud noise. The mother was quite bigger in size, but the seagulls are really very big birds. So, making a noise, the mother flew past him very quickly. He answered her with another scream, and again he started shouting. He saw his brothers and sisters flying around him, courting and banking. Courting means leaping like a horse, and banking is flying with one wing higher than the other. The birds do these types of techniques to turn around, fly, just to dive, float, all to maneuver all kinds of skill, and soaring and diving. So these were his brothers and sisters. They were flying in style. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly, and once he started flying, he forgot, the fear was vanished, and he didn't even remember that just before few minutes he was so much afraid to take the dive, and he didn't know to fly. Now life had changed, and commanded himself to dive and soar and curve shriekingly. So now he was also maneuvering all those skills, having fun of flying for the first time. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it. Now the sea is very vast, and he was flying on the sea straight over it, facing straight out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him, and saw the huge mighty sea beneath him, green colored, with little ridges moving over it. And he turned his beak sideways, and now he turned his beak sideways, and seeing all the ridges beneath him, his beak sideways, and cawed amusingly. Cawed means again shouting in his own voice. Amusedly means very happy. His parents and his brother and sister had landed on this green flooring ahead of him. See, seagulls actually they can even fly and they can even float on the seabed. So when he saw that the parents had actually landed on the water ahead of him, on the green flooring ahead of him, then they were beckoning him, means calling him, looking at him, calling shrilly. He dropped he dropped his leg to stand on the green sea. So what did he do? Slowly he came to a lower altitude and just near his parents, those who had actually landed on the seawater. He also wanted to do that, so he just slowly came near to them, near to the parents. His leg sank means dipped into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to raise again, flapping his wings. So he also landed on the water. He screamed with fright, and now that was also the first experience on him. So he became afraid and attempt to rise again, flapping his wings. So he wanted to again go. Birds, as we can understand, feel more secure in the air than on the ground. So he also wanted to fly. Again, he wanted to fly, but he was tired and weak with hunger, and he could not rise, exhausted. So now, but actually, he was very much tired, couldn't fly, and he was exhausted, means very tired. By the strange exercise, his feet sank into the green sea. Now his feet were underwater. He was floating on the water, just like a duck. And then his belly touched it, and he sank no further. So first of all he was thinking that if he will land on the water again, he was afraid that he would drown. But when he sat on the water, only his legs went into the water, his body was above, and then he sank no further. And then his belly touched it, and he sank no further. He was floating on it. Now he was floating on the water, just like the ducks float on the water. And around him, his family was screaming, and the entire family was there to praise him, to encourage him for his first flight. Everybody was happy. The entire family was happy now. Everybody was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. Dogfish is actually a kind of a fish, and everybody was offering him fish to eat. He had made his first flight. Now the bird has actually completed its first flight. Now it doesn't need any more lessons to learn. Now it knows how to fly in the sky. So that was a great achievement, a very difficult one. Just like a small child, of a human child, when it is born, it feels afraid to take the step, but once it learns to walk, it becomes very entertaining and enjoyable. Then we have to hold them, because they keep on moving here and there, because they love walking around. So this is what even happens to the animals also. So the bird had taken its first flight for the first time and was very happy. Now there are 5 questions here as we complete the chapters. You might be knowing that you have to complete your fair books. Children, do keep on writing the answers. I have told you previously also. Any doubt you can message to me also, call me also, so that we may continue with our work. Until we meet again, thank you.